Long ago, in a small village nestled beneath towering mountains, there lived a humble stonecutter named Min. He was born into a poor family. His father died young, leaving only his frail mother and the endless gray rocks surrounding their home. As a boy, Min apprenticed under an old craftsman who often said, "Stone may be hard, but a steadfast heart is harder still." When Min grew up, he became a skilled stonecutter, but his life remained modest. Every morning, he carried his hammer into the mountains. The rhythmic sound echoed through the valley. Clack, clack, clack. Villagers would pass by and shake their heads. "Min, why waste your life hitting rocks? You'll never change your fate." But Min only smiled. He knew that not everyone would understand the value of quiet persistence. Day after day he worked, hands calloused, back bent, yet his eyes still shone with quiet determination. At night, by the flickering oil lamp, he would whisper to himself, "If I can be just a little better today than I was yesterday, that's enough." Rain, wind, blistering sun. He never missed a day. When his hammer broke, he forged another. Life repeated itself, but Min never complained. Then one morning, the village chief brought him an enormous boulder, taller than a man, smooth as glass. "We need this for a great statue," he said. "No one dares to take it. Do you?" Min looked at the massive stone, silent for a long moment, then nodded. "I'll do it." The villagers laughed. "You're crazy, Min. That rock won't crack even after a month." Min said nothing. He lifted his hammer and struck the first blow. Clack! The sound rang across the valley. And so began his journey, a journey of endurance, faith, and the power of persistence. The first day passed. From sunrise to sunset, Min struck the stone, and nothing happened. The second day, the same. By the third, his palms were bleeding. Yet he didn't stop. Villagers mocked him as they passed. "Still at it, Min? That rock's laughing at you." He stayed silent, but in his mind, he could still hear his old teacher's voice. "Each strike leaves a mark, though your eyes may not see it yet." Days turned into weeks. The cold season came. Min still rose before dawn, his hands swollen, his back aching. Sometimes he questioned himself. Looking at the giant stone, he whispered, "Am I doing the right thing, or just hitting the impossible?" But then, he thought of his mother waiting for dinner, and the promise he made to himself, to create something beautiful with his own two hands. He smiled, lifted his hammer, and struck again. Every blow echoed through the mountain. Slowly, people stopped mocking him, not because the stone cracked, but because they couldn't understand why he hadn't given up. Min didn't need them to. He only knew one truth. If he stopped now, everything he had done before would be meaningless. One scorching afternoon, an old friend of Min's returned from the city. He was well-dressed, confident, his shoes polished, his hands clean. "Min, you're still hammering rocks? Don't you want a better life?" Min smiled softly. "I live by my hands. That's enough for me." His friend laughed. "Your hands are strong, Min, but strength means nothing without opportunity. In the city, a few strokes of a pen make more money than a lifetime of your work." That night, Min sat in silence beside the stone. The sun had set, and in the fading light, doubt crept into his heart. Maybe he's right. Maybe I'm wasting my life. His hammer felt heavier than ever. But then, he heard the wind whisper through the valley. The same rhythm as his heartbeat, the same rhythm as his hammer. He breathed deeply and said to himself, "No, I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this for a promise. The promise to never quit." At dawn, he rose again. The 5,000th strike. The 7,000th. The 9,000th. The rock remained silent, but inside Min something had changed. His spirit had become stronger than the stone itself. On the 30th day, rain poured from the heavens. The villagers stayed home, but Min trudged up the mountain anyway. Raindrops mixed with sweat as he swung his hammer again and again. When dawn broke, he raised the hammer once more, for the 10,001st time. Crack! A thunderous sound tore through the air. The enormous boulder split cleanly in two. its surface smooth as if cut by a blade. The villagers rushed out, shouting, "Min, you're so lucky. One strike and it broke." Min wiped his brow, smiled, and said, "It wasn't the strike that broke it. It was the 10,000 before it, the ones you didn't see." Silence fell over the crowd. In that moment they understood. Success doesn't happen in an instant. It is the sum of quiet efforts that no one notices, until the day everything changes. Years passed. Min grew old. He often sat outside his small home, gazing at the mountains he once struck with his own hands. Children from the village would gather around him, eyes wide with curiosity. "Grandpa Min, why did you keep hitting that rock for so long?" Min smiled gently, his voice soft but steady. "People only saw the last strike, but not the 10,000 before it. They call it luck. I call it persistence." He pointed to the great stone statue standing proudly in the village square, carved from the very rock he once struggled with. "That," he said, "is the reward for never giving up. Not because I was strong, but because I refused to stop." The children listened in silence. Then Min said his final words of wisdom. "If you have a dream, start now. Even a single step each day is better than standing still. Because success doesn't come from luck. It comes from persistence, day after day." His story spread beyond the village, told and retold for generations. A reminder that every obstacle in life can be broken as long as we keep striking and never stop believing. Final message: you might not see progress today, but every small effort is building your miracle.